You here?
Yeah,
Good. Well, hey everybody. This is Pizza Tower, and no, let's just go straight into it. So we have our commentator Turpo here as well.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna like do introductions and stuff, but yeah, hi, I'm Turpo. I'm here to co-commentate the run alongside Nova.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a little excited and nervous. Excited to start the run.
Yeah, well, Nova will be running the any percent no major glitches category of Pizza Tower, which means he'll be doing almost all of the levels of the game, no major glitches as the category suggests, but we will be skipping one level because the way to progress in the game, you need to collect 5 toppings in each level, which will allow you to open the boss gates. In total, we can skip 9 toppings, each level has 5. Meaning we can skip one level entirely and then a total of 4 toppings in the remaining stages.
And so, currently we're just going through the tutorial. There's not really much other we can do here. You can get toppings, but they don't count towards your cash total. So just, you can skip them. You can just go through as best as you can.
Yeah, every run requires you to go through the start of the tutorial, despite already having completed it on previous files, so even that's part of the run.
That was an instant turn. We can do some funny stuff with how the physics work in this game, and just preserve our speed in multiple ways.
And we are about to enter the first level of the run, John Gutter. Every level in this game has some sort of a gimmick or transformation or something, but John Gutter is the first level and therefore does not have any of that.
The gimmick is the game itself.
It's just to learn how Peppino himself controls, which...
We already know that.
Yeah, but for new players, it's made to be just... It's made to be just for, like...
Is the game audio a bit loud? Okay, hold on. Finish the first level here, and I'll fix the audio. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So after you run through each level, you have to run back through the escape, which is similar to RRLAT8 4, the game that this game was inspired by.
Oh, it's a little bit better. Alright. Hopefully that'll do some adjustments. We have a little bit of a time in between each level since the result screen, so
yeah.
Anyway, Pizza Skate. Honestly,
yeah, the first level with a transformation or gimmick.
Essentially, in each level that has transformation, they have these things called stupid rats, which you'll see soon, which can only be broken using the transformation. So this one is the knight, and so we can slide up slopes and stuff and break the stupid rat. See there?
Yeah, because it's a medieval level, the transformation is Pino turning into a knight.
We'll skip right there. Oh yeah, another thing. If you uppercut right before entering a door, you can skip an animation that is for, you know, opening a locked door. So do a skip right here. And for pizza time.
Most of the escape sequences don't actually include any of the transformations. It should be just running back to the start. But some of them do require you to actually use some of the transformations, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, jeez. Oh, dang. That's unfortunate. But, you know, whatever.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, once you have enough money, you can run off to the right here. And so there's this guy. But, he steals your money, and it spawns a boss for you. This one is probably, in my opinion, my least favorite boss. He's easy, but he's super easy to mess up.
Yeah, one thing that runners of the game do is restart level as soon as they enter the boss fight to skip the entire versus screen animation, which is exactly what Nova did, but this is Pepperman, because the versus screen couldn't show you his name. People don't like Pepperman.
It's not fun. I'm gonna do something weird here, because I especially hate this cycle. Oh, okay, whatever. Weird. Jeez. Oh, man. Alright, nice.
So yeah, most of the boss fights are usually shorter than the stages they're in, with a big exception near the end.
Okay, so now we have the key, but there's still more of floor 1 we have to do before going up to next floor.
But yeah, the thing that Nova did there, right after finishing the boss, he skipped the results screen by exiting level as soon as he picked up the key.
Because it just needless animation, doesn't?
Yes. Previously, when we timed runs RTA, we did that at the end of every level, but now that we time runs via the in-game timer, we have stopped doing that.
So neat little thing we can do there. We don't have to throw the bomb at them. We can just, oops. Weird. We don't have to exactly throw the bombs at them. We can just kind of walk in and do a little maneuver.
But yeah, alongside the bombs that are thrown at the rats, there's also these collapsing cheese platforms that, after you step on them, they disappear after a few moments, but they are not very... Most of the gimmicks could provide trouble to first-time players of the stages, but seeing as Nova has gone through all of these stages hundreds of times, they're just in his muscle memory by now.
For one, it's probably high hundreds. Oops. But we'll get to that later. Let's do the Eric here. Ooh. Alright, that's a a very difficult trick you can do. It requires some really frame perfect timing. You have to do what's called or you have to like hop up and then press a specific button in about a 5-frame window. It's called an Eric because, look, I don't make the rules, okay? I was forced. Right, the best level in floor 1.
It's also the most unique. Blood Sauce Dungeon is a level that is almost entirely vertical.
This is like the only level that has this.
Yeah, most levels are horizontal. Some have some vertical sections, but Blood Sauce is entirely vertical.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Couple bugs in this game. One is a ceiling bug, which you just saw, where if you clip the corner of a block, you lose all your like vertical falling speed, and so your falling speed gets set to 0, and it's sometimes is usable, but very much not so.
There are very niche situations in which you want to have a ceiling bug happen, but they're usually, I would say, either TAS only or for Kaizo levels. Like custom levels.
And now, we do this thing called an up dog. If you do an uppercut under a wall, and you change the direction of where you're running, you preserve some of your speed. So we're gonna do 3 here. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a easier version of the insta turns that you've seen Nova do before.
But the consequences, you lose more speed. Oh, dang. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and with the end of Blood Sauce Dungeon also comes the end of Floor 1.
Right, and now let's move on to floor 2. Alright, the first level we got for floor 2 is Oregano Desert. It's got pretty interesting skip, to say the least. Definitely not intended. So, to get the toppings, you have to go to these things called Pizza Marts, where they just have a topping, so there's 5.
Yeah, most of the levels in the game have the toppings just in your way, or like in slight little sections, also in the rooms, but some levels, like Oregano Desert, have separate, like, mini sections in separate rooms that are where the toppings are at. There's a couple more levels that also are designed like that, but we'll get to those later on.
And the signature transformation for this level is the Fire Mouth. You get a lot more height, and you can use the dash to propel yourself forward, which you use a lot. So here, the strat that we are talking about is called Hot Wing Skip, so let's see if we got it. Very nice.
Usually you're supposed to go through that entire section, like, to the left and then above, just make a whole circle to get there. But if you precisely time a jump on the Kentucky Kenny enemy there, then you can just skip the entire section, saving about 15 to 20 seconds.
A bit of a run killer if you mess it up, though.
Ironically enough, that's not even the biggest time save of the run. That's, I'd say, about third biggest.
It's true, there are way bigger, which time saves that are later in the run. I hate this one. Alright, good.
Some other small stuff that people may have noticed, high jumps. After landing from a jump grab, you enter a fast walk state instead of running, which allows you to press up, sprint, grab, and jump at the same time to do what's called a high jump, which gives you the height of an uppercut while still allowing you to maintain your regular state where you can grab walls and stuff. And then fast falls are just done by pressing grab and down on the same frame, causing Lupino to go downwards very quickly while still maintaining total control over anything he does. Though sometimes you will see Nova do body slams or power bombs instead of fast falls. That is because fast falls do not have the mechanic of preserving a bit of your speed upon hitting a slope.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, next level we've got has also got a pretty big skip.
Waste Yard is a level that most Pizza Tower runners absolutely dread. And it's for one reason and one reason only. It is the skip that Nova was talking about near Pillar John. We call it Ghost Skip.
It is super technical.
Yeah. We should be approaching Ghost Skip soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, this room. Very nice. Ooh.
So even despite the little hiccup there that Nova had with picking up the chicken enemy, he managed to pull it off. Basically, the skip is managing to carry that bandito chicken enemy through the wall, which obviously is not intended. But with that, you can just throw it at Pillar John and leave, which usually you'd need to go through a whole section with the ghost transformation instead.
Mm-hmm.
So that saves about 5 to 6 seconds in total.
It feels very good to hit it. Oh man.
A very good waste yard.
The next level is interesting, to say the least. I personally hate it. Called Fun Farm? It's not fun. Actually kind of boring. I mean, it's
People
boring
do
for
seem
Pizza
to
Tower
like-
standards, so still pretty
People do
fucking
seem
fun.
to people do seem to like Fun Farm because of Mort the Chicken. There's a special guest Mort the Chicken.
The special guest. He is not special to me. Alright,
Now, despite Nova's hatred for Mort,
the man of the
Yeah,
hour.
yeah, he is the transformation for this level. It's not just a basic concept like knight or ghost. You just have
It's a
Mort the Chicken on your hat.
It has very basic chicken activities, like flying. Like flying. All chickens do, don't they?
Floor 2 is probably the floor that has the hardest strats in the game, because alongside Hot Wing Skip and Oregano Desert, and Ghost Skip and Waste Yard, there's also a little bit of a skip here in the Escape of Fun Farm. It's not nearly
more
as hard
skip?
as the other two, but yeah, Mortless,
Or
gap
you just
jump.
jump over right there.
If you just build up enough speed, you can just jump over that gap instead of having to use Mort to go along.
That strat used to be way harder since there is a... if you climbed a wall and you gained a lot of speed, you would gain like height from it afterwards. It's called pop-up. Now in this update, you can actually decide if you want to use pop-up or not. But before, it was like it always happened. So you had to do what was called like a... What was it again where you dived afterward? Pop-up...
Like, I don't know, I think we called it an anti-pop-up.
Yeah, anti-pop-up. By just diving. It used to be way harder, now it's very much easier. I'm not doing the arrogant fast food. I'm doing the instant turn, like our forefathers demanded of us. Yeah, I kind of like fun. I kind of like fast food saloon. It's not the most interesting level, but it's fun.
It's the level that I would say has the least amount of stupid stuff in it
Very true.
in Floor 2.
And there's this, which is interesting if you mess up.
Yeah, it still has quite a few easily chokeable spots, but it doesn't have like a big strat that you can miss.
Yeah. So the transformation is the weenie you just saw, so you can ride it like a horse. Is I really like.
So Fast Food Saloon also has a unique mechanic with the top-ends. Instead of having them be in the path or in a separate room, you need to race this horsey to like free the top-ends from their cages in order for you to actually be able to collect them in the first place.
It's a race. It's essentially a race. And we could do a little one funny here.
Yeah, usually there you'd need to take the weenie mount to the rat to break it, but if you just do that, then the Bandito Chicken's candle can break the rat for you.
It's weird because there's not really a place where the Banditos break and the rats are especially used. They're actually not used at all. It's funny.
I'm not sure if Nova's gonna go for it, but
No,
this
I'm
is
not.
one of the levels where The optimal strat still is to do result screen skip, because it allows you to warp up to the boss gate, because this level is right underneath the boss in floor 2. So if you were to exit the level that way, you could just, while you're falling down from the ceiling, buy the boss and skip having to go around this section that
Yeah,
Noah
but
just went through.
the downside is that you could possibly leave before actually finishing the level and just not complete it, which is a run ender, to say the least. Anyway, this is the Vigilante. In this boss fight, we have a pistol that we use to fight him. Ooh, I hit him!
Yeah, each of Vigilante's hit points has 8, I guess, sub-hit points, and the charge shot that you see Nova doing does 6, so you need 1 charge shot and then 2 small shots for each hit. We just keep cycling him back and forth through each hit, so that right as he becomes vulnerable, we hit him with a charge shot, and then 2 quick shots to get him back into stun.
Oh no, it didn't work! Oh man. Yeah, sometimes you can accidentally, like, undo the shot right as you're about to do the big bullet, and, yeah, it's not the most fun. But, you know, it's still good. Now let's move on to floor 3. Now, floor 3, I think, is the most interesting, because it's got a lot of it's just really cool. Don't ask why the crust is pink. Don't worry about it.
Crust Cove is another one of those levels that most people despise, so much so that they've come up with nicknames like Cursed Cove and Crust Cope.
Yeah, not fun. Can definitely mess up some things that are heavy time loss.
But yeah, seeing as this is a pirate-themed level, the gimmick for this level is you falling in a barrel and rolling around.
A little slippery, but it's fun.
I think this is also the first level where these small rats show up. Every other rat before then has
just the regular big stupid rat.
variation.
Oh, I thought I had it.
This level also has this goblin captain firing cannonballs at you.
I hate him. The music in this game is just so good. You're spoiled.
There was a little strat that Nova did just now, where in the previous barrel section, he used the goblins to bounce up the steps instead of going back and forth on each platform. Just enemy boosted up.
Strat is very interesting because if you mess it up, it's really not great. Good. Oh, I thought I had it.
Though the next level after Crust Cove is also a little bit unique.
It's very unique, and I'll show you soon. But there's one quick thing before we go into the next level. So since we have enough money now, we can just jump up here and activate the Mr. Sick door so we can have him appear when we come back to get pay for the door. Anyway, very funny title screen.
I'm sure some people that haven't even seen or played Pizza Tower have
I'm familiar
seen
with
that image.
Anyway, new character. Little tutorial that we do.
Yeah, this is Gustavo and Brick. They play almost nothing at all like Pepino. They don't have any wall. They don't have a wall climb. They don't have a grab. Instead, they can wall jump and double jump with help of Gustavo's pet rat Brick. They're also just generally slower than Pepino.
The only real similar part is that they both run. That's kind of it, really.
Yeah, they can both run and they both jump.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the way you get top-ins in this stage is by delivering these gnome pizzas to the gnomes that live in the forest. But the timers are just so incredibly lenient that there's absolutely no way for a speedrunner like Nova to not make it in time.
Exactly, it would be a farce. Oh, really? Oh, boo. Couple pretty tight corridors you have to finagle your way through.
Finagle. There's really not much to say about Gnome Forest. It's just a nice little break from the high-octane, constant panic of playing Pepino.
It's a pretty long, but overall pretty level, to be honest. Yeah, so that's a really good question about what would be a major glitch. So there's, if we really get into the like the minute parts, you can really break the game. There's this thing where if you you can really manipulate the physics of this game by pausing and unpausing every frame. And so what you can use with that is skip the entirety of the last floor of the game and skip like roughly like 18 minutes of the game in total.
Yeah, that skip, known as floor 5 skip, is used in the unrestricted category. But if we look at tool assisted, the TAS has managed to skip all but 2 floors, which means that it was able to beat the game in under 15 minutes. So it's all because of the pause abuse, as we refer to it in the community.
329, that's good. Now let's move on to a I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Deep Dish 9 is, I guess, the space level of the game, which means that the gimmick is using the rockets around the level to fly around.
We skip those little meteors because they save 1 frame apiece. and we
It
really need
is
that.
the smallest time
The,
save
the
ever,
smallest
but
time save.
when you don't need to do anything difficult and it's completely free to take, there's no reason not to.
True. The portals you see now, they teleport you back to like the teleporter receiver, so we want to avoid them whenever we can. Ooh, oops. I fingered my fastball button. Now it's under pizza time. Think I can hit it?
We'll find out.
Oh, I kind of hit it.
I mean, you didn't get teleported back.
True. Still a very good deep dish 9. 217. Now we go to this level. I argue it is the worst for speedrunning in the game, but first we gotta buy the door.
Yeah, that's one thing that you do in floor 3, you like jump as you're going from Cross Cove to Gnome Forest so you can spawn Mr. Stick to buy the boss gate early.
The golf.
But yes, here we are in golf. No one likes golf.
It's 2 minutes of absolute horror and hell.
Golf has the biggest skip in the entire run, saving over a minute just by itself.
Mm-hmm. Is very necessary. Do not mess up. Luckily, it's not the worst. So just gotta get oh yeah. So every single topping is separated into courses. So we're getting the first 2 here. But
well, with the exception of one topping, the mushroom topping is just sitting there in the like main hub area. The cheese topping is in the fry course, the tomato is in the soda course, the sausage is in the burg course, and the pineapple is at the final course. But we will only be getting the mushroom, cheese, and tomato.
yes,
we're not going to be getting
right.
the sausage and the pineapple.
Because there's some leniency with the boss gates that you don't have to get every single topping in the game.
But yes, this is where we do the big strat that saves over a minute. We call that Berg Skip. Usually you'd have to just hit the ball into Pillar John to go through an entire extra course through the escape, but if you just place down a burger golfer in front of the ball, he can hit the grease ball into Pillar John while you just leave. So that skips the pineapple topping and also saves about a minute of time in total.
One tidbit was that a burger golfer used to be RNG depending on what direction it would hunt the golf ball. So it was really unfortunate if you got all this way and then it happened to hunt it the wrong way.
But at least Nova got through golf with pretty clean movement all in all. Very solid golf.
The one's very good. Anyway, the noise. I want to kill him. He's actually a playable character with one of the more recent updates. So, it says Pepino, we're playing the game as it was intended.
The noise is what I like to refer to as a little bit of a gremlin. No one in lore likes him. Everyone just despises looking at him.
Anyway, Anyway, so one thing with the boss fight itself, if you get jetpack, like the thing where he goes in the air and goes at you, if that happens in the last hit before, it actually loses some time because you can start the intermission between phases in the corner and skip a bit of time. So,
well, the thing is with the Noise, he's one of the only bosses that has significant RNG in it, because Noise has 4 attacks. You can go around on a skateboard, go into a balloon attack at the top and throw down bombs, hop around on his pogo stick, or use his jetpack to try and ram into you. And it is completely random in which order he'll do these attacks during the fight. But the thing is, he will always do 2 of each attack. He'll always do 2 attacks of skateboard, 2 of pogo, 2 jetpack, and 2 balloon.
skateboard, yes!
It is never consistent on which order he'll do each.
Overall,
so every time you fight Noise, he'll do something different. But that was actually a very good Noise.
Very good. The RNG was great. You win.
The only thing scarier than the Noise himself, his girlfriend Noisette.
Or is beyond comprehension. Anyway, here is my... I mean, this floor's aight, you know. It's an aight floor. They got 2 of the levels I kind of like. This one's my second favorite.
Yeah, this level is a pretty popular level all in all. Pig City. The Pig City is also a level that has its own variation on how to get top-ins, with these taxis that you can see Nova going into. Each of them has 1 top-in each, 5 taxis in total, but we will be only going into 3 of them, skipping taxi 4 and 5, which these will be the last top-ins that Nova will skip in the entire run. We skipped 2 in Golf and 2 in Pig City, which is 4, and then another 5 by skipping the only level in the game, which is actually on this floor. We'll only be playing 3 levels in this floor, unlike every other, which we played 4.
A little thing there to save some time. Anyway. Get to here. He's being arrested for tax fraud.
Yeah, Peppino goes to jail.
Anyway, Gustavo!
This level.
The movement of those guys is RNG, so it kind of sucks if you get unlucky. Which I did. So, that's how it is, though.
But yeah, we skip Taxi 4 and 5 specifically because they are taxis where you need to play as Gustavo to get through them, and as we established before, Gustavo is significantly slower than Peppino. So we just run through Gustavo's section without even bothering with going into any of the taxis.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, when Nova broke Pillar John, it just caused the entire city to catch on fire simultaneously. I'm not sure how that happens, but that's just how it works in this level.
And one pillar
you
caused
break
a lot of...
one pillar and everything just blows up.
Alright. And now we reach the level that I spent too much of my life practicing.
The only level that you've spent more time practicing than it takes to pronounce its name.
True! That's very true. Welcome to the level named Refrigerator, Freezerator. Or just Freezer, we like to call it. Anyway,
see,
best level in the game, no doubt.
This level, in general, among most of the people in the community, is very hated because of the fact that it's one of the longest levels in the game and also has some of the hardest strats in the game. So it's just a constant marathon gauntlet of doing difficult strats. But for some reason, Nova has decided to pour his life into
this game, and especially this level.
So you'll see some pretty crazy strats in this level because Nova has, I'd say, practiced this level more than all of the other levels combined.
That's probably true, to be honest. Don't have the world record though. I'm so mad. Ooh, nice. I'm not gonna do jetpack skip because I kind of forgot how to do the easy one.
I thought you were gonna go for sub 3. Come on.
I got sub 3 without it, bro.
All right, well, you need to get it now. Yeah, jetpack skip is slightly like
dicey.
It is a strat that saves a little bit of time, but it's not nearly as much as something like ghost skip or hot wing skip, etc. It's just about 1, maybe 2 seconds.
Anyway, this is a really cool transformation. You're the same, you're just regular Peppino, but you can fly, and you're invincible. But we're not gonna kill anything because it loses time. Well, unless we have to.
Yeah, Satan's choice just makes Peppino overpowered. Makes him completely invulnerable to any and all damage while also letting him fly.
I love Freezer.
Yes, Callus, we started early.
Callus, you are not the
46
payer of
late.
attention. Oh, I got it?
Yeah, that's a thing that Nova just did. Where it's rare for someone to actually be able to maintain
Sub 3?
speed.
No way! No way! Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Alright, sorry for the coarse language, sorry. I apologize if that's not allowed. It's a little crazy.
I mean, it's a good thing we're skipping the level that we are skipping then. If
Yeah, that's true.
language like that isn't allowed.
Yeah. Maybe or maybe not, but yeah. Anyway,
This is also another floor where we do the boss before we finish all of the levels, similar to floor 1. This is fake Peppino.
No, it's actually real Peppino.
True Peppino.
How do we know? Are we sure? What if we're the imposter all along?
This needs to be fact checked.
I mean, if this guy says nothing
Who's the real
compares,
Peppino?
then how do we compare? Yeah, this is the upgrade. Can we hit it? No, kidding me? So that one's RNG. If
Yeah,
you hit him,
most of fake Peppino, at least the second phase of fake Peppino, is entirely consistent, but phase 1 has a few attacks that are RNG, because if he spawns in the correct spot, then you can like skip an entire cycle of his attack, but if he doesn't, then you can't, so it's completely random where in the arena he decides to spawn.
oh, fuck. No, bro! I am... God damn it. That's unfortunate. Getting that hit on him is possible. Oh, or if they're bad. I'm not a huge fan of the bosses in this game. I mean, they're still very good.
I'd say Fake Pepino is arguably the most fun boss fight.
Ready for the combo move?
Yeah, phase 2, unlike phase 1, Fake Pepino is constantly on screen instead of disappearing after every attack. So if you're good enough, you can basically just do like a fighting game combo on him before he's even able to like throw out an
This
attack
is actually Street Fighter 6.
This is a true combo.
Nothing compares. Anyway, this is the escape sequence, but I mean, we're fine.
Yeah, one of the unique parts about this boss fight is that after you finish it, you don't just win. You need to like do this whole escape sequence before you can leave.
Mm-hmm. Feels naughty.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Look, murder needs to be necessary. We need the combo.
Oh, always remember, kids, murder is legal.
No, it's not. It's very much not. I do not condone this. Now, it's a little funny tidbit. If you keep them alive, you get a little thing at the end of the game, but who cares?
Yeah, you get a little badge on your profile that says snotty approved.
Like, awesome.
It's purely... It is purely cosmetic.
Holy shit, I'm the gamer?
Happybot Factory is another
I'm
level
the player.
similar to Freezer that has an incredible amount of difficult strats during the level. Luckily, it is a lot shorter than Freezer, only about 2 minutes in length instead of 3 minutes. But it is still quite input dense.
Oh man. Unfortunate. If you're fast enough, you could skip that, but unfortunately I accidentally grabbed them, so wasn't the best course of action, but I mean, whatever.
But yeah, after this level, we will be entering the home stretch of the run, floor 5, which is the last floor.
Mm-hmm. There's a little skip you can do close to here that's funny, because there's actually, in every level, there's 3 secrets that you can find, for points and stuff, but we can actually use the path to just skip along the level, which is it's a little risky.
It has happened to most every runner that they've accidentally entered the secret there while trying to do the strat.
Look, everyone can make mistakes. Still pretty good, Peppy Bot.
Yeah, one thing that Nova did at the end there is he left the room and came back through the pizza box, because that makes it so you don't have to wait for the door to like rise up so that you can leave. It just instantly teleports it up there.
Anyway, so now let's enter the final level of the game. Or not final level, sorry, final floor. Oops, my bad.
The level that we are going to be entering, though, has the second largest time save strat alongside Berg Skip.
Look, I didn't make the name for this strat, okay? For the record.
For the record, this is not our doing. The strat was named long before neither me or Nova was in the community, but Stinky Fart.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the official strat name.
People are very immature.
But yeah, Pizza Scare is supposed to be like a hard mode of Pizza Escape from floor 1, if you remember that. And it has this king ghost following you around everywhere, activating traps like anchors, electrical outlets, etc. But if you're fast enough, you can just not even pay any attention to him.
Mm-hmm. I still did a super jump there. Pretty reasonable. That's good.
We are approaching
The room.
stinky fart territory soon.
Right here.
The thing about the strat is it doesn't involve any like goofy stuff like berg skip with the golfer or hot wing skip with the enemy. You just, if you go fast enough, you can get past the King Ghost and break Pillar John, which usually you couldn't do that. You'd have to go down underneath and do a whole section, come back, do it again,
And then go through.
etc. So not being forced to do that whole section twice over saves like 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's 40. Which is very awesome.
A very good time save for a strat that's honestly not even that difficult.
It's probably one of the easiest strats that save a good amount of time. It's like
Very bang for your buck in terms of
yes, very much
difficulty
so.
to time save. But yeah, Pizza Scare is not actually that long of a level. It's I think only slightly longer than Pizza Escape, or maybe even shorter than that. I'm not sure.
Alright, and you guys familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, no reason, just a question.
What an insane transition. I wonder where you're going with this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, we just don't make a set. Look at, they're so nice. They're so charitable.
Charitable?
I don't know.
I assume you meant cheerful.
Yeah, whatever. Cheerful. Look at this. It's just, this is a nice children's establishment. Don't worry about the cheese.
Yeah, Don't Make a Sound is the level that is inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. You have these alarms everywhere around the level that tick down from 5, and if they get to 0, then they make the animatronic in the room wake up and start chasing you. If you get caught, you get jump scared, sent to the start of the room, and you have to do it again.
It's
You can also turn on the alarms before
taunt.
the countdown, which sometimes you need to do by taunting. For instance, in this room, there's a door that doesn't open until the alarms get set off, so Nova taunted to open the door.
This level is very interesting. Oops, nice. Didn't mean to super jump in the hole, but whatever. If you get jump scared, it's a pretty big punishment. So
I mean, yeah, it forces you to do the room that you're in from the start, which, depending on where you get jump scared, could be about 5 seconds to maybe as much as 20 seconds time loss.
gonna be interesting. Okay, good. Oof. A little scary.
Though the difference between this level and Five Nights at Freddy's is that while you are completely helpless in the moment, it doesn't mean that you can't fight back eventually.
There's yeah. We're gonna get something crazy.
You may have noticed that in certain rooms that Nova's been running through,
We have a shotgun.
there's these target blocks. Yeah, shotgun.
We're playing Doom now.
That's the one thing that the Night Guard in Five Nights at Freddy's needed. A shotgun.
Yeah, true.
The game would not be nearly as scary if you could just shoot all the animatronics with buckshot.
It's a very like, the game design for this level is very awesome because once you get the shotgun, everything just melts away and you can just go crazy. Nice.
Though this is not the only level with the shotgun. This is the second to last level before the final boss. But the last level puts a much bigger emphasis on the shotgun than this one. Which, before we get there, there is a thing we do with the shotgun where if you taunt on the same frame that you fire the shotgun, there is, I guess, a dice roll on which taunt you get. And if you get a good taunt, you save a fraction of a second, but if you get a bad taunt, then you lose a fraction of a second.
And buffer it insta turn.
So-
Frame perfect. Alright, so here, it's God War. Anyway, yeah, depending on the taunt, you can preserve a different amount of speed, and so it's,
I think the taunt that Nova got there was about even with just firing the shotgun normally. But the best taunt by far is the thumbs up taunt, which saves, I don't know, like 0.3, 0.4 seconds per taunt. Or per shot, I'd say. But then there's also the diploma taunt, which loses like 0.7 seconds per taunt.
These taunts are not the greatest. I mean, whatever.
I think the one that you got there was actually one of the ones that loses time. It's not really significant time loss, but it is quite RNG, especially for a non-boss level. Though I think we've neglected to mention the giant beeping clock at the bottom.
Oh yes.
Unlike the pizza time timer, if this clock runs out of time, you just die. Straight up. There's no pizza face spawning to chase you. There's no like last resort. You just die. Luckily, the timer is quite lenient, especially for speedrunners. By the end of the level, Nova should have amassed like over 2 minutes of spare time because of the war terminals around the level that increase the time you have left by 30 seconds each. The thing that Nova did there was a super taunt shot, which is, unlike regular taunt shots, consistently a time save. The thing is that you can only super taunt once you've killed 10 enemies, so you can't do it on every single taunt shot.
Yeah, it's 10 combo per super taunt, essentially.
Which, if you wonder what the difference is between a taunt and a super taunt, the super taunt is just a screen nuke that wipes out all of the enemies on screen.
Let's see, can we do it? Ah, dang it. Alright.
Well, now that we've finished all the levels, the only thing we'd have left is to
settle the score.
Confront the man himself.
We're in debt.
Yeah, that's one thing about buying the boss gate this early. The game knows that you have the amount of money required to buy the boss gate, but the animation is still playing with the money counting up. So for a second, it looks like you have negative money.
Taking a shower. He's prepping.
There is a strat with noise exclusively where you can skip that cutscene. We, funnily enough, called it shower skip, which means that canonically every noise runner is smelly.
Okay. Well...
But, yeah, this is Pizza Face Phase 1. You usually are supposed to throw the enemies into Pizza Face up top, but it is just faster to pile drive the enemies into him.
Oops. What these? Oh my god.
The thing we mentioned earlier with most of the boss fights being... The thing we mentioned earlier with most of the boss fights being shorter than the levels, that does not apply to Pizza Face. Pizza Face is like 5 minutes long. So we got through the first phase. Now this is the second phase where you just gun him down with the gun you had in the Vigilante boss fight.
Ooh. A little bit of a rough pizza face, but it's alright.
Yeah, Pizza Face, unlike the other boss fights, is not just 2 phases. It is... There's actually 3.
Rage. No, it's 4, actually.
Yeah, 3/4.
3.5.
Kinda, yeah.
I know you're just going ham on every single boss. Sounds about right. Pepperman gave us a lot of lack of joy, let's say. Yeah, we can use Gustavo as a throwing device.
Yeah, because we don't have the gun to deal with Vigilante now, we just throw Gustavo at him.
He's ammunition. Hopefully, get the noise here. Come on, let's get skateboard, please.
Noise even in the boss rush section of Pizza Face, still being the RNG gremlin he always is.
Oh, dang. Nice. You can pile drive him up, and so you can hit him with Gustavo, but he's the last part of the phase.
Yeah, this phase is... It's not really, like, certain whether this is just another part of Phase 3, or this is Phase 4, but we finally made it to the last stretch.
Oh, seriously? Oh, man.
You should not have said that. Yeah, we're approaching the very end. Despite this being the final boss, there is one last thing we need to do once we finish him off.
Beat this guy to death. Yeah, all the anger that he's set us through this entire run. The revenge. Let's get to Eric, please. Fuck, no!
Yeah, after we have finished the final boss fight, we just need to get out of the tower before it crumbles on top of us. Because the level is called the Crumbling Tower of Pizza. It's... I guess on the longer side, it's like somewhere around 3 minutes, slightly under 3 minutes. Yeah, this is the final stretch.
Shows us everything we've experienced in the level. Or in the game. And we know we gotta get everybody out before the tower collapses. Except for Snotty.
Yeah, Snotty's still dead. You can run past his grave.
Look, I didn't make the rules.
That's the one thing. I don't know if people could notice, but there was John blocks in all of the hub stages.
Oh yeah.
Traversing, and that's why they were there, because they are part of the Crumbling Tower of Pizza.
Of one giant level. The Pizza Tower was the level all along.
There's one last strat here called Banana Skip, which, as you can see, Nova hit. Usually you'd slip on a banana, go down, and then go back up, but you can just jump over it if you're precise enough. It's like 1 second of time save, but you gotta have one last difficult strat at the very end.
I love this level. It's so much. It's so awesome. There's also this quad taunt here, which is really, really interesting. Hit it! Let's go!
Basically, you need to like wait for the cannon goblin to blow up the rat. But if you taunt 4 times and make the 4th one a super taunt, you have just enough time to maintain your speed through there without having to stop. And this is the end. You just need to. This entire last section is just a straight line to the finish. Very, very solid run overall, Nova.
Thank you. The 104 slipped through my fingers. And that's time!
The pizza face phase 4 incident, but GG.
It was phase 1, I swear. If I did... Oh, dude, I swear. If I didn't lose 10 seconds, I would have gotten 104.
GG's, 105.04.
Anyway,
I know that the timer says 111, but we based the time off the in-game time.
IGT, but
so...
yeah, it's over. We can end it. All good. But yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks. I really appreciate everybody that came up for me. It's my first marathon, so very exciting. So it's valid. I mean, like,
yeah,
this isn't a
don't forget
PB.
Is it not?
Huh? It's not. I don't think. It's
What is your PB?
Wait, no, it's 10507. I did PB actually.
What,
I did.
10504.
It was a PB.
10504.
Oh, never mind. Let's go.
Everyone in chat was saying that it was a PB, so
Oh,
I assumed it was.
sorry. Anyway, because there's some issues with this, we have to wait a bit. But anyway, we can go to the next runner. We're all good.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and congrats one last time. No.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.